Good evening, Jeopardy fans. This is hashtag Jeopardy Live Panel presented by the JeopardyFan.com. This is Teachers Tournament Panel number 2. I will get to the introductions in just a second. Once again, my name is Andy Saunders, and I will be moderating tonight. Once again, if you're tuning in after the fact on iTunes or on Google Play, thank you for subscribing and or downloading the audio simulcast of this podcast. Or if you're on YouTube, thanks for tuning in or tuning in from the JeopardyFan.com. Our panel this evening, I am going to, let's see, all three of our panelists are returning. I'll first up introduce once again Aria Gerson. Thank you for joining us, Aria. And then two finalists from this past year's Teachers Tournament. We've got Jill Gilbert. Thank you for coming again, Jill.
Thanks for having me, Andy.
And the champion of the 2016 Teachers Tournament, Jason Sterlacci.
Thanks again for having me, Andy. It's a pleasure.
Congratulations. If you've got any questions for the panel, obviously you can leave them for the panel on Twitter using hashtag Jeopardy Live Panel, and that will be just fine. So let's see. Before I get to any questions, though, I do have something I want to share. In case you haven't been following along on Twitter or my own personal Facebook recently, there is a pet in the life of Andy Saunders now. I am just sharing a picture of that right now. This would be Bailey. She is a Shih Tzu cross, a rescue actually from a neighboring from Cambridge, which is the next city over. But parents decided on Bailey as the name. So if you were hoping for Fuzzy McFuzzface, I'm sorry.
Oh, really cute, Andy. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I hope his middle name, or her middle name, is Bailey Bubble. You know, get some Jeopardy theming going on. Bailey Bubble.
Oh, yes,
nice.
yes,
Nice.
Yes.
I like that idea.
I'm
That works very well.
Jeopardy-themed pet names, new interesting tournament of panelists.
Yeah, I never. That's clearly something for the next tournament of panelists. That's for sure. Okay,
Oh, God.
so we've got a few questions on the hashtag already, courtesy of Corey Harris, and
Thanks, Corey.
so what was your favorite moment of the tournament? I guess for all three of you. Quiet. You didn't have a favorite moment?
I definitely did have a favorite moment. My favorite moment was at the end of my semifinal when I hit the daily double, and it was about Rose Law Firm, which I knew was Hillary Clinton's law firm, and I was able to get it right and you know, put Chris in the crush situation. That was really cool. I thought that was really fun. I mean, the whole tournament was super fun, but that was probably my favorite moment.
I would. Well, go ahead, Maria.
Go ahead.
My favorite, obviously I was just watching it and I wasn't actually in it, but I think my favorite part was during the semifinal that had Peter, Kaberi, and Nicole, like the double Jeopardy round, because it just kept going like back and forth between all the people, and then Kaberi got the daily doubles, and it was just really exciting, and I like really close, exciting games like that, because they're really fun to watch, and they happen like so much more in tournaments, and I'm always just like, why do people refuse to watch the tournaments? Because they're always really exciting, and I don't get it, but whatever.
No, thanks. I agree with you. I like to watch the tournaments too. Also because you feel like you get to know the players a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, by the second week, you've already had exposure to all the players, and you can pick somebody to root for and see them several times. So I think that's fun too.
Agreed.
So, what was your favorite moment, Jason?
I mean, I'm going to go diplomatic here. I know I could say my favorite moment was winning, and I did enjoy winning, don't get me wrong. But my favorite moment was probably meeting all these fantastic teachers.
Oh.
I mean it, though.
Yeah.
And getting to know them. It's been really cool. We've been keeping in touch. I mean, yesterday, Jill and I and Corey and who else was on that thread?
Nicole and Terry.
We had a very
and Greg.
Oh, and Greg was
Yeah.
very lengthy conversation about Lord of the Flies, about curriculum.
Yeah.
How sometimes we're forced to do the same things every day or the same things with other teachers because the curriculum mandates it, and wouldn't it be so cool if, and yeah, I don't know, it's pretty cool getting to, talk to everybody. But I did enjoy it.
So I guess that is almost a good side effect of being able to take part in the teachers tournament is being able to share best practices like that.
Yeah, I think for our group maybe it was a little bit more pronounced because we got together 2 different times.
True.
Yeah, because we saw each other in LA, and then we had the whole experience where we toured the White House together. Not everybody, but 9 of us, 9 out of the 15. So I think that was also pretty special.
I agree.
Okay. So Corey's second question.
Oh, Corey.
What did you guys study that you were disappointed to have never come up?
Well, I learned all the presidents by number, and then there was only one question in the whole tournament, and Jason beat me to it, and it was who's the 11th president, which I knew was Polk because that's my county in Iowa. I live in Polk County, and that was a bummer. And it was in the final game when I was floundering around in the basement. So that was a bummer. I wished I would have studied more geography. That is something I just am not interested in, honestly. But I should have just, taken my medicine and studied it because it really would have benefited me in the tournament. Yeah. How about you, Jason? Was there something that didn't come up?
I spent a lot of time looking at a list of English and British kings, and I don't think I ever needed it. But now I know Willy, Willy, Harry, Steve, etc. At least I have that for parties. Or maybe in the future. Who knows? But
well, I would say you mentioned on the last panel, actually, Jason, that you spent a significant amount of time on the Sporkle quiz about the countries of the world. How much did that help you on last Thursday's Final Jeopardy?
I don't think I would have gotten Algeria if it wasn't for Sporkle. And the admins wrote up this big piece about me the other day about how, one of our editors won the tournament, blah, 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 blah. And they were like, and we all know the only reason he got that final was because of us. And it's like, yep, that's exactly right. Would not have gotten it. I would have probably put DRC or God only knows what I would have put. But, yeah, hats off to Sporkle.
How did you do that on that one playing at home, Aria?
I got it, actually. Geography is not my best subject, but I think I might have come across it like looking through some like past Learned League questions or something. Like I just read it somewhere that like after South Sudan, Algeria, and I was really happy that I got it because I'm usually terrible at geography.
That's awesome. I was happy in one of my games. It was a bottom row question, and it was this country was a former Portuguese colony and connected to China or something. And I happened to know that because I had a friend that had been there and gambled in Macau.
Nice.
So I didn't know it because of geography. I just knew it because I had a friend. But that's,
I mean, it's
everybody needs a Slumdog Millionaire moment, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Funny the things you pick up.
Yeah.
Yep. So, Jason.
Yeah.
On the first day of the final, you bet that extra $1 in Final Jeopardy.
Yes.
Was that just to make sure you had the lead, or was there some aspect of kind of trying to make the math difficult?
It was just to make sure I had the lead. I am not a math teacher, as I've said before. I was not really planning things out that way before the tournament. And I just said it would be really for the best if I had at least a $1 lead going into the last day. I probably should have bet more, or who knows. But yeah, that was the idea.
It would have been a much more interesting game if I would have gotten that Elements of Style Daily Double right, because I would have had 17,300, and that would have been a lot closer to you. But you knew you just would have bet more, and you just would have had more money then, Jason, right?
I yes. I don't know. I don't know.
No.
I don't know what I would have done.
It's a much easier decision in final when, well, it's like to guarantee